All right. So we are looking at inventory management, a very important topic, a topic whether you like it or not, it shall be examined. It shall be examined. And when we talk of inventory, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at inventory of raw materials, inventory of work in progress, and inventory of finished goods. So 6.1, applications of certainty inventory models, EOQ, economic order quantity, and economic batch quantity in decision making. So deterministic models, whenever you hear a model being called deterministic, it means that it doesn't have any uncertainty. It doesn't have any probability. We are certain about demand. We are certain about lead time. Is there anybody who knows what lead time is? For us in inventory management, lead time basically is the delivery time. This is the time between placement of an order and the receipt of these units in our stores. So if we place an order and then this person takes 3 days to deliver, then the 3 days becomes our lead time. So the classic model is the EOQ, which is deterministic. Under EOQ, ladies and gentlemen, we have a formula. EOQ formula, we know that our economic order quantity, economic order quantity, EOQ. How do we get our EOQ? To get EOQ, we shall be taking 2 times the annual demand, all over times CO, all over HC. So please write like that first. So D is the annual demand. D is the annual demand. Annual demand. CO is cost per order. Cost per order. Then we have HC is a holding cost. Holding cost per unit per year. Holding cost per unit per year. Once you finish writing that, can you say Y for yes? Say Y for yes, and I hope there is somebody who is doing me a favor by sharing this respective handout in the WhatsApp group. Ladies and gentlemen, that is okay. So then I would want us to straight away tackle a question. Let's get to tackle a question here. Very easy questions there. So the question that I would want us to tackle right away, my friends, is this one. Yeah, December 2024, question number 3A and B. December 2024, question number 3A and B. December 2024, question number 3, A and B. December 2024. December 2024. December 2024. Question number 3A and B. Of which we shall start with the A as you struggle to get this question. Part A of this question asked us to explain 3 reasons why farms hold inventory. You know, we have got 2 models. You can either decide to hold inventories or you work with what we call just in time. Just in time. So just in time inventory. Yeah, so you can either go the just in time way or you go the inventory way. Just in time is where we do not keep any inventory. We procure goods for immediate usage. So if it is a hotel, they'll basically buy cabbages today and use all of them today. Yeah, you procure goods for immediate usage, just in time. So remember that just in time is a system of zero inventory. You don't have any inventories for raw materials, no inventories for finished goods, no inventories for work in progress. So if it is raw materials, we're procuring them for immediate usage. If it is finished goods, we run what we call a demand system. A demand system. We only produce what has been demanded. We produce 500 cars meant for the Kenya market, Uganda market, Tanzania market, like that. That is just in time. But inventory, we shall have stock items in our stores, which we shall be bringing in gradually for production. So they're already in our inventory premises. So we are basically getting a few items today. We cook if it's a hotel. Yeah, others we have refrigerators like that. Yeah. So then why should we choose inventory model as opposed to just in time? That is what this examiner asked. 3 points there. So number one, ensure product availability. We don't want that situation where these customers, ladies and gentlemen, are able to come up for goods at RCM, assuming we are selling products here. They come for goods and then we tell them that we've got nothing. Yeah, we would want in this case here to be having supply, goods to supply throughout. So ensure product availability. Holding in inventory allows firms to meet customer demand and avoid stockouts, which helps maintain service levels and prevent lost sales. Smooth production and procurement. We shall not having production hiccups. All right. Inventory acts as a buffer, safety between supply and demand, helping firms manage production schedules, supplier deliveries, and lead time variability. So there are no, in this case here, those shocks. Yeah. So in this case, even if the demand basically becomes quite high than what we're able to supply, we can easily go to our stores. Yeah. Exploit economies of scale. Because when you buy these things, all of them at once, many of them at once, you're going to access them at a lower price. So exploit economies of scale and the favorable cost conditions. Farms hold stocks to benefit from bulk purchasing discounts, reduced ordering setup costs, or to protect against price increases or supply constraints. Protect against uncertainty and disruptions. Inventory is held as a form of insurance against fluctuating demand, seasonal peaks, supply chain disruptions, or delays in delivery. I hope from that section, 4 areas I've given you, you can easily choose any three. Then we look at part B. Part B, what are they talking about? Part B of this question. So part B of this question, Nehema Limited Stones CEO believes that the company is holding excessive inventory. He has requested you, the management accountant, to carry out an investigation. Information on the 2 items held by Nehema Limited Stores is given below. So you can see we have inventory item F, we have inventory item G. So I can see the purchase price per unit. Then I can see the cost of administration per order. I can see the annual demand. I can see the holding cost per year as a percentage of the purchase price. The company's stock ordering policy is based on the EOQ, whose formula I've given you. So number one, they want me to determine the number of orders per year that the company will place for inventory item F. There is no way you'll be able to get number of orders before you know the economic order quantity. So the first thing that you ought to have done in this question is to get what we are calling economic order quantity. Oh, I'm breaking. Are you sure? Experiencing the same. We are overcoming. Wow, okay. But I can see my internet is very good. What could be the problem, really? Because on my side, the internet is very, very good. Yeah, you can see it is okay for most people, eh? So it could be, in this case here, from the side of the students here, it's clear. From my side, it's really, really clear. Clear from Lamu. breaking. Okay, I'll try to move a bit slow, but also check on Marion. Check on your internet. Check on your internet. Check on your internet. Check on your internet. Check on your internet, but I'll try to move a little bit slower. So what I was explaining here is that first of all, we must get EOQ. Or because it's raining. First of all, we get EOQ. User, is it raining in America? User, is it raining in America? So first, we get EOQ. So first we get EOQ. How do we get EOQ? So EOQ is the square root of twice the annual demand multiplied by cost per order all over HC. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about product F. So product F, is there somebody who is able to see the annual demand for product F? Anybody who is able to see the annual demand for product F? 15,000, isn't it? 15,000 units. 15,000 units. 15,000 units. Are you able to see the cost per order? CO, cost per order, 80, isn't it? For F, remember it's F. Roman 1 is about F, eh? So the cost of administration per order is 80. Are you able to see the HC? HC, yes, I can see HC is 13.33%. And if you remember very well, they told you that whenever holding cost is given as a percentage, we shall always take that percentage and multiply it with the purchase price. Should be a percentage of the purchase price. So holding cost, it will be 13.33 of the purchase price. Purchase price. So it will be 13.33% times the purchase price of F. I can see purchase price is 200. 200. So is there somebody who is able to give us this number? Yeah, they're giving me a figure of 26.67. Murega, don't round off that big. That will be too heavy. Yeah, so then come and substitute here. So when you substitute, what do we have? 2 times 15,000 times cost per order, which is 80, divide this by the holding cost that you guys have given me as 26.66. So I will be taking 2 times 15,000 times 80 divided by 26.6. Is it 67 or 66? I don't know. Is it 66 or 67? I don't know. 66, yeah. So you divide this, whatever answer you get, you say square root. Remember, first you have to do this. Whatever answer we shall get, we shall come and say square root. So Madam Shayla has given us 300 units. Has given us 300 units. 300 units. 300 units. So then, now, ladies and gentlemen, I will very easily be able now to give you the number of orders. So remember, Roman 1, they wanted us to give them the number of orders. They wanted us to give them the number of orders. Number of orders. How do we get number of orders? We normally take D over Q. Number of orders, you take the annual demand divided by, you can write here EOQ. Annual demand divided by EOQ. So the annual demand is 15,000. You divide this by 300, which then will end up giving us how many orders? 50 orders. Somebody's giving me 50 orders. 50 orders like that. They never asked us this, but I would want to use this question to demonstrate to you how we normally get total cost. Total cost for inventory. Total cost, they never asked about this, but I want to use this question for demo. So total cost is normally purchase cost plus ordering cost plus, in this case here, holding cost. Yeah, anytime you want to get total cost, we have those 3 components. You take purchase cost plus ordering cost plus holding cost, and I would want to jog your memories a little bit. For those of you in this case here who knew the late His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, Mwai Kibaki was in very many political parties. By the time this gentleman was dying, which political party did he belong to? Mwai Kibaki. He and you? Oh, okay. But did he belong at any given time? Was he a member of DP? Was he a member of DP at any given time? Was he a member of DP? Yeah, at some given. So anytime we talk about total cost, always remember DP plus ordering cost is what we have here. D over QCO plus holding cost. Holding cost, we take Q over 2, HC like that. Q over 2, HC like that. So this is a formula, leave alone even this. But this is a formula I would always want you to know. The formula for getting our TC for inventory items. So anytime we talk about total cost for inventory items, you should always think about this formula. Mwai Kibaki's D. D is DP. Mwai Kibaki's DP, D is annual demand. This is purchase price per unit. This is the only one you don't have. Purchase price per unit. So let's move slowly. The annual demand for product F. The annual demand for product F, you had given this to me, it was 15,000. 15,000 times price per unit. Price per unit, I can see there, F. Price is 200 plus annual demand of 15,000 divided by our economic order quantity that we got as 300 times cost per order. The cost for each order, you guys gave me a figure of 80. Plus EOQ again, 300 over 2 times our holding cost that you gave me an ugly figure. So I want you to do me a favor. Please give me this figure separately. This figure separately. Somebody else to get this figure separately. Someone else to get this figure separately, please. I want those three figures given to me separately. Given to me separately. Those figures given to me separately. Those figures given to me separately. Maggie tells me that the first one is 3 million. Plus the second one. The second one, is there somebody who is able to give us the second one? 24,000? 4,000, eh? I'm being told 4,000. Plus, how about this one here? Is it 400 or 4,000? Yeah, it will be approximately 4,000. Even this one will be approximately 4,000. 4,000. Mwalimu, why is that the case? It is the case. So, of course, the final answer will be whatever, 3,008,000 there. You can write there 3,008,000. That will be the final answer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen. Please listen and listen to me very carefully. Whenever we talk about EOQ, we shall be having holding cost behaving like this. These are holding cost. And then we have, in this case here, our ordering cost. Yeah, and if you do your total cost profile, it will behave like this. This is total cost. Total cost like that. And of importance to me is this minimum cost. Minimum cost. And if this is your cost profile and this is your quantity profile, yeah, that quantity which strikes this total cost at the very lowest, the quantity, which in this case here corresponds to minimum cost, is what we call the economic order quantity. This one here. So economic order quantity is the cost minimizing quantity. It is the cost minimizing quantity. And one thing that you're supposed to be seeing here outrightly is that at EOQ, holding cost should be equal to ordering cost. Always. Holding cost shall be equal to ordering cost. That is why we were getting holding cost of 3,999 because of rounding off errors. That will be 4,000. And also ordering cost was 4,000. The two shall always be the same at EOQ. The two shall always be the same at EOQ. So once you write this up, ladies and gentlemen, can you kindly, in this case, here tell me, yes, Jemima, yes, I know it is 3,999, but purely that is because of what here, rounding off errors, eh? That ought to have been 26.67. I mean, Jemima, if a product is costing 4,000 in your shop, and then I come with 3,999, will you chase me away? Will you chase me away? If a product you're selling in your shop is going for 4,000, what do you mean? Somebody saying yes. Me, I believe the difference is immaterial. That difference is immaterial. That difference is immaterial. That difference is immaterial. All right. Now, with your permission, I'll be able to go to Roman 2, where they want me to determine the annual holding cost of inventory, item G. Item G. Yeah, Rina, violence, isn't it? So they want me to give them the annual holding cost. I can't do that without getting EOQ. So I would want to test all of you and see whether there is anybody who will be able to give me the EOQ for product G. EOQ for product G. EOQ for product G. Let me see whether there is anybody who will be able to give me the EOQ for product G. Thank you so much, Lavi. Lavi gets 280. Ismail gets 280 as well. Jemima the same. PK Murega doing very well. Yeah, great, great, great. So in this case here now, I will go to my booklet. I will go to my booklet and write there product G so that I don't confuse. So for product G to be able to get their holding cost first, get EOQ. How do we get EOQ? It is square root of 2 DCO all over HC. So it will be the square root of 2 times annual demand of 15,000 times cost per order. Cost per order for product. No. I'm wrong. The annual demand for G is 2,800. I'm wrong. 2,800. Yeah. Times cost per order, which is 28. Everything to be divided by holding cost. Holding cost there, I can do it separately, is 8% of price. So it will be 8% of the price, that is 25. Can somebody give me this figure first of all? 8%, it's 2. Somebody is giving a figure of 2. A figure of 2. So please, you say 2 times 2,800 times 28. You say divide by 2. Whatever answer you will get, go there right away and get the square root. Yeah, they're giving me 280. Can I give you a minute to try answering that question for me? Where the examiner now wants you to get the total annual holding cost. Total annual holding cost. How shall this look like? How shall this look like? Total annual holding cost. Let me give you 1 minute. Let me give you 1 minute. Let me give you 1 minute to see whether you'll be able to fathom this, understand this. No, I don't want Barbara. I've just remembered how I used to read that name Barbara. People come from very far, but we shall overcome. Yeah. So in this case here, they have been able to remember that the annual holding cost is Q over 2 HC. Which Q? EOQ. EOQ. Economic order quantity is 280. All of our 2, the formula is always given there 2 times our holding cost, which is 2. That is how these ninjas are able to get 200 what year? 218. So let me ask you a question. Was this question really very tough in an exam? Was this question very tough in this exam? Surprisingly, I've marked AMA for so long. You will still get so many of you not being able to write anything in this kind of a question. Just imagine. Just imagine. It wasn't at all. It wasn't hard at all. This was a straightforward question. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with your permission, I will be able to go to what we call EOQ with quantity discounts. EOQ with quantity discounts. So we are told here that when quantity discounts are offered, purchase price and holding cost. Yeah, remember holding cost is a percentage of price. Both will always change. And the total cost, of course, will remain the one that I showed you, DP, right? The total cost will remain the one that I showed you here, DP, yeah, DCO over whatever, yeah, plus the holding cost. The procedure. Should I come across questions in this case here with the quantity discounts? What shall I always remember, especially when I'm given a range of discounts? What shall I always remember? This is what I shall always remember, that for each bracket, calculate EOQ using that bracket's cost. Yeah, that's number one. If EOQ is within, if EOQ is within, if EOQ is within the bracket, it's feasible. Evaluate the total cost. If EOQ is less than bracket minimum, use the lowest quantity in that bracket. If EOQ is more than the bracket maximum, ignore it. Then you compare the total cost across brackets. You choose the lowest. I'm 100% sure there is nobody who has understood this 100% sure. You shall only be able to understand this, ladies and gentlemen, when I do this question down here. We are told Yusufu Enterprises Limited uses EOQ to establish the optimal reorder quantity for purchasing the main raw material used in the production process. The firm has been approached by an alternative supplier who would be willing to offer the following discounts. So we have order level 0 to 199, they provide 1% discount. 200 to 499, they provide 3% discount. Just a minute, I see the charts a bit. We break for prayer. Maghrib, yeah, Maghrib, very important. So 6 minutes, yeah. Thanks for the reminder. All right. So then I'll be able to reshare. Yeah. So I've been able to give the background to this EOQ, of which he said this background, of course, most of us have not even heard about this and they have not understood totally. Let me demonstrate this using this question. Yusufu Enterprises uses EOQ to establish the optimal reorder quantity for purchasing the main raw material used in production process. The firm has been approached by an alternative supplier who will be willing to offer the following discounts. So information regarding the current inventory cost is as follows. Holding cost per unit per year is approximately to be 10% of the purchase price. Order cost is shillings 2 per order. Annual demand is 15,000. Purchase price is 15 bob. Current EOQ is 200. So required, it's jumping. Determine the order quantity that would yield the lowest total cost. I will not panic at all. So first of all, I'll come and draw this general skeleton where I start with this order level. The bands, the order level. So we have our order level. So the order level, I can see 0 to 199. I can see 200 to 499. I can see 500 to 699. I can see 700 to infinity. Infinity. So I can see discount percentage. So discount percentage, what do we have there? We have 1357, 1357, like that. Yeah, so please, for each of these, give me the purchase price. You see, the normal purchase price has been provided, my students. The normal purchase price here is 15. It has been given. So then what would that mean? It would mean that if I'm given 1% discount for procuring units in between here, I will buy those units at 99% of 15. Because you see 1% discount, so the discount is taken away. So can somebody give me this purchase price, which is applicable there, 14.85? Please listen. If, for example, I'm given 3% discount, I'm procuring these at 97%. So 97% of 15 will end up giving me 14.55. Thank you so much. If I'm given 5%, so I'm procuring them at 95 of 15. 14.25. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Then this will be 93% of 15, which will end up giving us what here? 13.95. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they have given me, in this case here, holding cost. I need a holding cost. Holding cost, they have told me it is 10% of purchase price. I'm not guessing. They have told me in the question. They have told me in this question. This is what they did. They told me this. They told me somewhere here that holding cost per unit per year is approximated to be 10% of the purchase price. So give me the holding cost for each of these prices. So 10% of 14.85, 1.485, 10% of 15.55, that will be 1.455, 10% of 14.25, that will be 1.425, 10% of 13.95, that will be 1.395, like that. So please go ahead and give me EOQ for each of those. Yeah, give me now EOQ for each level. EOQ, they must have forgotten the formula. But those are not my students who have forgotten EOQ formula. It is 2DCO over HC square root. Square root. Which paper are we doing? We are doing this question from our handout. It's a very old past paper question. We are doing this particular question from our handout, Pauline. I hope you have the handout. It's on page number 34. Page number 34. Okay. So remember, the annual demand will not keep on changing. Annual demand is normally known in advance and will remain constant. So the annual demand is 15,000. The annual demand is 15,000. So then come here. So it will be 2 times 15,000 times cost per order is given as 2, divided by a holding cost here, which is 1.485. And then I take square root. All of them square root, all of them. So 2 times 15,000 times cost per order divided by 1.455. Yeah, square root of 2 times 15,000 times 2 divided by 1.455. 2 times 15,000 times 2 divided by 1.395. Don't forget to put these ones in brackets, eh? Don't forget to put them in their respective brackets. And then once you get the answer, always remember to state the square root. Remember to state down the square root. Is there anybody who could be having answers? Yeah. So this will be my table 1. This will be my table 1. And once you finish writing this table to the very end there, please give me a signal. Tell me we are finished before I rub it. This is my first table. Once you finish writing up to the EOQ column, please give me a signal. Please give me a signal. Tell me yes. They are finished, right? Thank you so much. So then go ahead and write there, table 2. Table 2. So this table 2, I will simply copy the order level. Yeah. I need this purchase price. I'll copy it. This I must copy. 14.85, 14.55, 14.25, and then 13.95. I will as well copy the holding cost, just the final figures. The holding cost, yeah, so 1.485, 1.455, 1.425, 1.395. And then I'll copy the answers of the EOQ, of which the first one I've been told is 201. The first one I've been told is 201. That is table 2. The second one is 203. 203. The third one, 207. The third one is 207. 207. 201, 203. 205 first, eh? This one I'm being told it's 205. And then the last one is 207. Then create a column here for real EOQ. The real EOQ. The real economic order quantity. Real economic order quantity. There are 3 conditions. If the EOQ calculated falls outside the range, if this EOQ computed is more than the upper limit, what should we do? Somebody who is able to remember those 3 conditions? Like now 201 is higher than this upper range value. What shall we do? Ignore. So this one here we shall ignore. Ignore. 201 is more than 199. Look at 203. 203 in this case here falls within the range. 203 falls in between. It falls inside the bracket. Should we ignore it as well? So we evaluate that calculated EOQ. So the real EOQ. So this automatically, if it falls within, this is above, ignore. If it falls within, then it becomes real. So it means that the EOQ to compute is 203. 203. How about 205? 205 is falling below. Below, it's less than 500. 205 is falling below. Please advise. Then what will be the real EOQ? What will be the real EOQ? They are telling me, Mwalimu, whenever it falls below, then the lowest value in that range, the lowest value in the range. So the lowest is 500. 500, and this is also below. So if it's below, lower than 700, then we compute 700. Please allow me to repeat this concept for the safety of everyone. For the safety of everyone. What have we been told here? What we've been told here, very, very important here, very, very important here, is that if EOQ is within the bracket, it's feasible, it's real. Evaluate it. If EOQ is less than bracket minimum, use the lowest quantity in that bracket. So if it is less, we say it is below. So you use the lowest in that bracket. If EOQ is more than the bracket maximum, ignore it. Ignore it. And that is what we have actually done, ladies and gentlemen, here. If you look at this very well, the 201 we computed, it's above. It's more than this class. It's big. It can't fit in this shoe. So if it is more, then we ignore. If it falls within, like now 203 falls within this range, then it is real. It's very feasible. It's good. Calculate that 203. And if it is below, like now 205 is below this range, below this shoe, below, smaller than the smallest, then the smallest is the one that will become real EOQ. The same is applicable. You use 700 there as the real. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, listen and listen to me very well. Yes, for safety with CASNEB, yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, come and give us here the total cost for the real EOQs. Give us now the total cost for table 2. I believe everybody was able to do table 2. So give us total cost. Don't forget the formula. I've already given you the formula. It is DP plus, in this case here, D over Q, CO. Let me write this well. To get total cost, what do we do to get total cost? To get total cost, my friends, we shall use the concept of DP plus D over Q, CO, plus Q over 2 HC, like that. Yeah, so please look at what I will do. The annual demand, all of us, we know what the annual demand is. Are you able to remember that number? Anybody who is able to remember that number, annual demand? It's not in advance and it will always remain constant, 15,000. So I will take 15,000. What is the price for the first range? The purchase price for the first range is 14.85. Plus annual demand again, 15,000. All over Q. Q is EOQ. Q is EOQ. Then we realize that our EOQ is infinity. Our EOQ is very, very big. So it means that this class that we said, we cannot ascertain. We cannot ascertain its total cost. Impossible. Impossible. Not possible. Not possible. You can rub yours like mine. You write there, not possible. That is the meaning of the word ignore. That is the meaning of the word ignore. It's infinite. But now, given my explanation, I believe now for 2 or 3, you guys will be able to give me the total cost very easily. For 2 or 3, you guys shall give me the total cost very easily because it's 15,000. The price for the second range is 14.55. plus the annual demand divided by EOQ. The EOQ for the second class is 203. Yeah, times cost per order. Is there somebody who is able to remember the cost per order? Anybody who is able to remember the cost? It's 2, yes. So we have 2 plus these 203 divided by 2 times our holding cost for the second class. The second class holding cost is 1.455. So is there somebody who is able to give me this number? Anybody who is able to give us that number? Anybody who is able to give us that big number? Lavi gives me 218,545 total. 218. That's from Lavi. 218, 5. We can't see the board, okay? 218, 545. 218. I thought by making it bigger, it will become better, but I've spoiled it. I'll be able to correct the board. Don't worry about the board. Let's go to the second one. I just want you to see this section alone. Let's go to the second one and then give me the figures. Give me the figures for the second one. Michael already has a figure there. So already Michael has a figure because Michael has been able to see the third class. The third class, the D, will still remain 15,000 times purchase price, which is 14.25. Yeah. Plus the D over Q. So 15,000 divided by Q, which is 500 here, times CO, which is 2 constant, plus the 500 divided by 2, multiplied by the whole cost for this class. The holding cost for this class is 1.425. So is there somebody who is able to give me the cost for the second class? According to Margaret, 214,166. 214,166. Then go and do the same for the 700 real EOQ. So it will be 15,000 times 13.95 plus 15,000 divided by the EOQ is 700. Yeah, times 2 is constant. Ladies and gentlemen, the 700 over 2 times, in this case here, 1.395. Which will end up giving us what figure, the last one? Just a whole number? Just a whole number. So according to Lillian, we have here 209,781. 209,781. And remember what we were told up there, that we shall be able to evaluate all these costs. Currently, we only have 3 possible costs, and then we work with the lowest. So in this case here, then what EOQ should we procure to minimize our total inventoriable cost? 700. So in this case here, the optimal EOQ, the optimal EOQ is 700 units. The optimal EOQ is 700 units. The optimal EOQ is 700 units. August 2024, question number 3A. August, as I fix my camera, August 2024, question number 3A. Once you get it, kindly say yes. Thank you so much. So we have here August 2024, question number 3A. So always strive to do the most recent questions. I like doing the most recent questions just to give you exposure. Right, so let's tackle this question here. So we are told there, Rahisi Supermarket uses different ordering policies to acquire its inventory. Due to uncertainty of supply of product X, the management accountant is evaluating the optimal order size for this product to set for the coming year, 2025. Yeah. The relevant data on the ordering policy is provided as follows. We order twice monthly, 500 units per order. So meaning every month we shall be ordering 1,000 units, because you see there we are ordering 500 units, per order, but twice a month. So this question, I'm able to see what the annual demand is. Is there somebody who is able to see the number that I'm able to see to be the annual demand? Annual demand, this question, it's 12,000, yes. That is what many, 99.9% of the students who did this paper were not able to comprehend. Because you can see we are ordering 500 units twice a month. So meaning that our whole month we are ordering 1,000, and we have 12 months in a year. So 1,000 times 12, so the annual demand there must be 12,000. The other option is to order monthly 1,000 units per order, which agrees with our reasoning here. So 1,000 per month times 12. Or order quarterly, 3,000. Or order semi-annually 6,000 units per order, or you simply order just once, then you procure 12,000. It is ascertained that the purchase price per unit of product X is 500 for deliveries up to 2,500 units. A 5% discount is offered by the supplier of product X on the whole order, where deliveries are 2,500 up to 5,000 units. A 10% discount order for deliveries in excess of 5,000 units is guaranteed. Each purchase order incurs fixed requisition cost of 1,200 per order. The carrying cost, ladies and gentlemen, is 20 per unit per year, plus 12% opportunity cost of the purchase price. The purchasing lead time is 3 weeks. Rahisi Supermarket is open 48 weeks per annum. Each year has 12 months. That is irrelevant. Everybody knows that. Required They want us to give them the EOQ for product X. EOQ for product X. Can I give you a minute to try getting that EOQ and then you compare notes? Let me see. Yeah, so long as you just master the formula, that will be it. So long as you master the formula, you are a very brilliant student. And already you have the annual demand. You actually have everything. So somebody is giving us 600 units. Let's see. 600 units. Tony is giving us 600 units. Achola is confirming the same. Achola is confirming the same. Chelsea 609, I believe that's a typo. I believe that is a typo. 600, isn't it? 600, yes. That you should have gotten in an exam. So, ladies and gentlemen, our economic order quantity will be the square root of 2 DCO all over HC. The annual demand, you told me the annual demand is 12,000. This examiner has given us the cost per order, the core. He has given us the core. He has told us that the core from note number 4, each purchase order incurs fixed acquisition cost of 1,200 per order. Yeah, and then they have told us that holding cost, they have told us in note number 5, holding cost is the same as carrying cost. So carrying cost is 20, yeah, plus 12%, plus 12% opportunity cost of the purchase price. Off means you multiply. And the purchase price for sure, this has been given. The purchase price, this has been given in note number 1. It is ascertained that the purchase price per order of product X is 500, for delivery is up to 2,500. So in this case, you shall use 500. So is there somebody who was able to give us this holding cost? Anybody who was able to give us this holding cost? 80, 80, 80. So then come here outrightly and tell us square root of 2 times D, 12,000, times cost per order of 1,200 divided by our holding cost, which is 80 there. So square root of that, please go ahead and give me the answer. Tell me whether the ones who got 600 are right. 600 units here, they're right. Thank you so much. They're right. Thank you so much. They're very right. Thank you so much. They're very right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after that, then we shall be able to go to Roman 2. Roman 2 of this question, now they want us to advise the management of Rice Supermarket on the optimum order size. So do you work with this 600 or do we take advantage of those quantity discounts? Remember, we were procuring up to 2,500 units, which is the class that this belongs, no discounts. Yeah. So I'll give you, gentlemen and ladies, exactly 10 minutes. I've already laid a very good foundation for this topic. I'll give you exactly 10 minutes to see how you would have danced with this exam question. There are those students in this case who shake just like this. Yeah, they just get a very easy question. Yeah, they shake like this upon seeing this kind of, and then they fall down. That cannot be my, yeah, wish for you. I shall always keep on thinking so seriously. Yeah. So I'm giving exactly 10 minutes. Then we get to see how you guys would have answered that question. Great. Great. Thank you so much. I can see correct answers there. I can see correct answers there. Great. There are many ways you can come up with this table, like table one. Table one. Yeah. So this table one, here I've been given the order policy. They have given me the order policy. So we have order twice. So order monthly. Quarterly. Semi-annually. Then we have annually. So they've given us units of product X ordered. So that will be our EOQs. So if we order twice, we can see the EOQ there is 500, the quantity, 1,000, 3,000, 6,000. Then we have 12,000. Thank you. So give me, in this case here, the discount range. Yeah, like the first one will fall under 1. It is ascertained that the purchase price per unit of X is 500 for deliveries up to 2,500. Discount quantity range. So you'll be able to give me the purchase price. The first one is 500 because you can see in this particular case, ladies and gentlemen, 500 falls here. Falls here. So the purchase price will be 500. How about 1,000? 1,000 also fall here. So the applicable price will be Kenya shillings 500 per unit. But now when you come to this 3,000, it's in a different class. 3,000 is in a different class. I have to adjust my camera. So 3,000, they have told us a 10%, a 5% discount is offered by the supplier or product X on the whole order where deliveries are 2,500. Yeah, so 2,501 to 5,000. So then in this case here, this is a 5% discount. So we are being given this at 95% of 500. So is there somebody who can give us this answer? Shayla already has an answer. Shayla already has an answer. So we have exhausted that band. We go to the second band because I can see 6,000 is higher than this. So we are told a 10% discount on total order for deliveries in excess of 5,000. So in this case, you have 5,000 to infinity. Yeah, it will be 10% off. 10% off. So it will be 10%. So this is 475. So it will be 10%, not 10, but 90. 90% of 500, which gave you guys what amount? 450. Thank you so much, Maggie. And then, of course, you can see these will still fall in this class of 5,000 to infinity and above. So then this one, the 450 will apply. The 450 will apply there. Great. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to, after you get purchase price, always think about the holding cost. Always think about holding cost. So have they told us the percentage of holding cost? Yes, they told us somewhere in note number 5, the carrying cost is 20 plus 12% of the purchase price. So when you come to the first class, so advanced management accounting, especially these in inventories, you just need to be organized. If you're very organized, you cannot fail in this paper. It will be one term. One term. So the holding cost, we know that this 2020 is applicable throughout. Plus, 12%. 12% of the purchase price. Now the purchase prices are different. Purchase prices are different. So 500 here. Yeah. Here we have 500 as well. Here we have 475. Here we have 450. Here we have 450. So is there somebody who is able to give us these numbers? Anybody who is able to give us these numbers? Sheila gives me the first one is 80. Thank you so much. So even the second one will be 80. How about the third one? The third one you must assist Mwalimu. 77, eh? The third one you must assist Mwalimu. 7. And then the last one, 74, eh? 74. So then this will be 74 and this will be 74, like that. Yeah, you see, in the first question that I did, we were only given these quantity ranges. The EOQs weren't provided to us. But you see, in this question, the examiner wanted to twist students because he knows, for sure, you normally teach the first kind of a question that we did here. So they wanted to twist students, and they went ahead and to give us the procured quantity. And you can see all these, they are basically real quantities because they are within the classes here. So don't compute EOQ again. So let me know once you're able to do table 1, which goes up to holding cost. Let me know once you're able to do table 1. Thank you so much. So then we do table 2 now. So table 2 basically is a costing table. It is a costing table. Yeah, costing table. You may not need so many columns, but you can have this one. You can have this one as well. Now this one I don't need. I don't need this. Purchase price I will need. But now I don't show the calculations. Now I won't show the calculations. So it is 500, 500, 475, 450, 450. I need holding cost. I need holding cost. I must squeeze my space. So holding cost without any calculations, 80, 80, 77, 74, 74. And then now we have our total cost. So total inventoriable cost, we know it is DP plus D over Q, CO plus Q over 2, HC, like that. Yeah, so please draw up to here. And once you finish up to here, indicate to me that now you are ready for us to start posting our costs. Total cost is DP plus D over QCO plus Q over 2 HC. Once you're ready, because you see, unlike me, you guys are copying from scratch. It may take you a few more minutes. At least we have LES, Millie G. Yes. So do we know our annual demand? Do we know our annual demand? They must have forgotten. Mr. Ching, no, we'll give you 1 minute. It is 12,000 here. So as I write 12,000 throughout, remember the assumptions of EOQ. Annual demand is known in advance and will always remain constant. times the purchase cost. These are the purchase costs. We already have them. 500, 500, 475, 450, 450, plus. D, 12,000 over the quantity, this quantity here, 500. 12,000 over 1,000. 12,000 over 3,000. 12,000 over 6,000. 12,000 over 12,000 times. The cost per order was given. Is there somebody who is able to remember the cost per order? The cost per order was provided in the question. It won't keep on fluctuating. The cost per order will remain the same. So the Q's are here. So times HC. So what do we have here as our holding cost? 80. Yeah, 77. 74. So please move slowly and give me the total cost for each one of them. So does it mean carrying cost plus the opportunity cost equals holding cost? Yes. Yeah, to get the holding cost, you will take, in this case, your holding cost is the same as carrying cost. You take the amount given there plus that percentage of the price. Yes. So please move slowly. Move slowly. Give me this total cost pretty fast. 12,000 times 500 plus 12,000 over 500 times 12,000 plus 500 over 2. You have written, sorry. I think there is an error somewhere. To 1,200, not 12K. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For our future generations, we shall have correct answers. For our future generations, we shall have correct answers. So according to Bahati, the first one is supposed to be 60, 48, 800. Allow me to write here. Eh? Just allow me to write here. Total cost. So total cost according to Bahati, we have 60, 48, 800. How about the second one? 60, 48. Thanks, Francisca. 60, 54, 400. Thank you so much. I'm supposed to write them at the very corner there, equals, and then I write this. $56, 24, 400. 56, 24, 400. Can somebody else confirm this figure? Can someone else confirm this figure? Or D, disapprove it. It doesn't have to be correct. Give us your correct one. 60, 54,000. Francisca said no. Hey, everybody's getting their own figure. 58, 20, 300. 58, 20, 300. 58, 20, 300. 58, 20, 300. Yes. I can see so many of you confirming this 58, 20, 300. 50, 28, 300. Thank you, Jemima. So I'm waiting for the fourth figure. 56, 24, 400. 24, 400. Yeah. 56, 24, 400. The last one is 56, 58, 58. The last one, 58, 45. 58, 45, 58, 45, 200. So then which one is the very least here? The very least is this one, least cost. And therefore, the optimal quantity is 6,000 units. The optimal quantity to order is this one here. It will lead to the lowest cost, 58, 452, 100. It will lead to the very lowest cost. So it doesn't matter how this examiner will try to twist this concept of quantity discounts. I would always want you to look at those two questions that we have been able to do with yourselves. And with your permission, ladies and gentlemen, I will be able to straight away go to the last part, part number 3. Can we tackle number 3 now? Can we tackle number 3? Yes, we tackle number 3. So number 3, they want us to give them the optimal reorder level of product X. The optimal reorder level of product X. So remember that reorder level, this is the stock level at which a new order must be placed. So remember, if you've got, say, 1,000 units in stock, 1,000 units in stock, so you're consuming times, it will be 900, it will be 600, it will be 500. You can't go down to 0 for you to start placing an order. If you go to 0, then you're going to run out of stocks. You're going to experience what we call stock out. So if, for example, you are up here at 1,000, so you are going down. So you can't go up to 0 for you to start placing an order at 0. You'll have a period where you're going to run out of stocks. So you must set a level at which, once we reach that level, a new order has to be placed. That level at which a new order has to be placed is what we call the reorder level. Very, very easy. To get this reorder level, we normally take demand times lead time. So anytime they want us to get a reorder level, we take demand times lead time. Demand times lead time. Yeah, somebody should be able to help Ruth Monda there. Yeah, so anytime they want you to get the order level, you will take demand times lead time. Now, what you need to know, you must know whether this lead time is lead time in days, weeks, etc. Like the lead time we are given here, if you look at note number 6, the lead time is given as 3 weeks. So it means that this reorder level will be demand per week. per week, times now lead time in weeks, times lead time in weeks. So demand per week, has it been given? Yes. Demand per week has been given. Are they able to remember the annual demand? Are they able to remember the annual demand? 12,000. Do we know how many weeks make a whole year? From this note number 4, note number 6 actually, do we know how many weeks make a whole year? They are 48. So to get demand per week, divide this by 48 times lead time, in this case here, which is 3 weeks. So are you able to give us this reorder level? That amount that you must set aside? Yeah, so in this case, you are being given 250. I'm so impressed with our today's speed. Yeah, because we've been able to cover very, very key things. So when I come to my next class, yeah, I will cover the stochastic models, probabilistic models, and I would even want to leave you with a question that you can try doing. April 2024, question 2B. April 2024, question number 2. Boy, April. It is not 750. It is 750, eh? Is it 750? Is it 750? You take 12,000 divided by 48. Whatever answer you get, you say times 3. I don't want demand per week. I want final answer. The final answer. Sorry for that. So the final answer is 750. So it has been wonderful hosting it tonight. See you again. Thank you so much. Bye. The 3, Ms. Ochieng, 3 is given the question. Note number 6, purchasing lead time is 3 weeks. Purchasing lead time is 3 weeks. Bye. Okay. And good night.